It's the NFL on EA Sports. And our focus is on the Lions' leader at quarterback. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Lions and the Eagles, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake. Callaway. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway. He finds his man. Complete. That's Newton. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him Charles come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Buckley, and a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley, and good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Baker. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Callaway. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on third down, in particular not letting third and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on first and second down as well to get to third and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, first and goal. They've got to like what they're doing.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And who's got it? The defense does. They recover it in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the scoring opportunity turned away.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expected to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So here are the Eagles now, backed up to start their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Butker's kick here is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. The numbers for Sanders last week, 16 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bain, and that is incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Off play action. Callaway. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On third down, Bain. This will be caught by Brown. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Callaway. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards there, and a Lion first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a give, right side. Buckley. And he's got some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
On 1st and 10, Callaway over the middle, complete. It's Baker, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd down, Callaway. He's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw to the defense. They have no answer for that right there.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows to 10-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result a Detroit touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Bain. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Throwing on first down. Bain. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Off the play fake. Bain. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A little do-it-yourself run right there. And a nice game.
I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give running left, it's Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. An option handoff given to Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Eagles 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Callaway. Incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there, because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bain. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Hutchinson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He was superb a week ago. 3 sacks in that affair. Now 1 here in the second quarter.
Well, how about our conversations this week? With him, it's pretty simple. He said, I've got a few combinations I can try it out they haven't seen yet. And on the flip side, they thought they had a plan to block him. Might need to come up with something else because he looks like he's getting loose now.
Punch, counter punch. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a throw that's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Callaway. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Following the fumble recovery, Bain. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. To throw on 3rd down, Bain. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle but couldn't spring himself free. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Gay's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Brian Robinson, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off-play action. Callaway finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Callaway. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
On 1st down, Buckley. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Off the play fake. Callaway. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Callaway. It's caught at the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
Operating from the gun, Callaway. And this one too low. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have moved out in front. So this game tied at the half, and we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Bain. Smith catches left side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. From the gun on 3rd down. Bain. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, Bain. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on first down. Bain. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. And here comes the 8th play of the drive. And they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bain. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. He was true on his first. This is a tough one from 49 yards away. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Detroit getting set to go now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun. Callaway looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Newton. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Dances by him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They'll run on 1st down. Buckley, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baker. From the gun on 3rd down. Callaway, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Off play action. Callaway. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 44-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle they go. Buckley, just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Callaway. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Callaway. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun, Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Baker. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. It's Newton. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Newton. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off play action. Callaway. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Callaway. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Callaway. Eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And out now come the Eagles. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Back to throw. Bain. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Bain. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bain. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Callaway. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Operating from the gun. Callaway. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Buckley. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. To throw on 2nd down. Callaway. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Callaway. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Sanders has it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
On first down, Bain. And once again, this is Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they will take a knee here. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, That tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.